Good evening, my friends. Happy Wednesday. Today is June the 22nd, and today's going to be more of a simpler recap, just going off of predictions that came true today. Doing a little recap on that, and just doing a little recap on current holdings. Nothing too in detail, more surface level, and just keeping it simple. First, let's dive on into crude oil. It's been getting hammered pretty significantly due to recession talks and all this, back and forth, blah blah blah, just drama stuff. Um, News articles and whatnot have been manipulating this price way to the downside. Also, there was a significant article that talked about a rise in the supply of approximately, I believe it's what is it, 5 million barrels oil inventory unexpectedly. I mean, unexpectedly. I mean, how are things unexpected? I mean, how are we not on top of all of the gas producers or the oil producers around the world? I mean, I don't really understand that. That doesn't really make sense. I mean, it's not like they don't have an understanding of who's producing what and the quota that they need to meet. This just doesn't make any sense to me. Um, Specifically, what I'm seeing with all of this is more so of a buy the fear situation as recession fears linger. Da 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 da. Guys, let me just keep it plain and simple. Oil, gas prices are not going down anytime soon. This this whole flux to the upside is not going to be alleviated in the short term. Just off that alone, for oil to be dropping, I mean it's fine. It needed to cool off, right? We're still over that $100 a barrel mark, but realistically, I see us pushing through 110, 115, 120 in the coming days. Next couple of weeks. Um, as the buying pressure heads back to the north side on that. But these little things, not necessarily little, but like the supply thing, unexpectedly rose. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just pure manipulation. You guys have to understand that the big buyers, they own the media outlets, they own it all. I mean, they basically can post whatever they want or have dictate whatever's being posted and make money on whatever it points to accordingly. But it's just the unfortunate reality. We just have to play the game to our favor and stick to our strategies. But anyways, yeah, that's really what I got on crude oil for today. But predictions wise, guys, we are gonna see 110 plus. In my honest opinion, as you guys can see, if you guys look at the chart recently back in April or I think it was March, mid March when the initial spike happened. It did pull back to the high 90s, low 100s range before heading right back up to the north side. So expect a little bit of a consolidation between 95 and here before we head up. If it breaks that 95 to $90 support a barrel, it doesn't make much sense to me. It doesn't make much sense for me for that to happen, considering that there is still a ton of tension in Russia and all that stuff. A lot of the stuff hasn't been solved or alleviated. I mean, it's still all over the place. So yeah, that's really all I got for crude. Still, maintaining my bullish sentiment, even though it's been getting hammered to the downside. Taking a look at cold and boil. Boil is slightly up. On is this after hours? Yeah, they're up on the day. As you guys can see, it's in the 60s. Cold is in the 30s, or approaching that $30 level. Realistically, with natural gas, I don't have too much information on it, but anything that has to do with supply issues, and I mean, obviously, like I said, I sound like a broken record, but with the Russian situation, them being the major exporter of natural gas, this is one to keep an eye on because realistically, there's the demand for natural gas is not going to go away. I mean, natural gas is utilized for many different purposes, and purposes that are heavily needed now, and that demand is not just going to go away and poof, and they're not going to be all like, oh, I mean, I'm not going to say they're not going to do that. I mean, they just did it with oil, saying that supply rose unexpectedly. I mean, it's just a lot of nonsense, guys. I mean, honestly, you have to read between the lines and play it to your favor. And I really do see this as an opportunity to buy up the dips in oil plays and whatnot. But anyways, I keep gravitating back towards that. Apologies. Um, Besides that, looking at Bitcoin for a second, still over the 20,000 mark. It's been teeter tottering between 19 and 20 these past few days. Nothing is solidified, guys. Like I've talked about before in past videos, if you guys have been watching, I was talking about it when it was at 30K, and maybe we're gonna see a break, north side. And look at what's happened. But I was also talking about that. There really is no solidified support, so you have to be aware of that. Natural gas price right now is a little bit down after hours. Don't have too much information on that. I'm definitely it's responding to the recession fears and all that crap. Um, let's see what else. The yeah, down. Look at the market right now. Pull back, about 0.5%. Overall today, I mean, I'm gonna break it down in the SPY more in detail, but today was a massive move to the upside. A pre-market started down. It was just such a weird beginning to the day. Started down and then just made a tear to the upside. And then just pulled right back down towards power hour, the last hour of trading before market close. And at market close, as you guys can see, it's just been continuing back to the downside. With things like this recession, just this one word recession, that's definitely gonna make the market gravitate towards the downside. So you just have to keep an eye on that, guys. And we're going to talk about UVXY for opportunities. Obviously, if the market's in a bearish sell-off mode, you can make money on the downside too. Obviously, I'm on YouTube right now, so you're watching this video here. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. Make sure to check out the stock Twitch. Just trying to update you guys as much as possible, and keep everything simple and provide you guys with my takes on the day. Honestly, today was just all over the place, but overall, just had a few plays in mind, and just keeping it simple in general. Now let's get on into it. Taking a look at the SPY today, like I said, guys, yesterday my prediction was that we possibly break through that 380 level, and as you guys can see, it literally like touched it. It touched it in the slightest, I believe. Let's see. The high of today. Yeah, I mean, the high was in the 379, guys. I mean, it was in the 379, um, which is basically the same freaking thing in general. Here we go. Let's take a closer look at today's price action. Like I told you guys, we opened literally at $370. 370. So massive move, not massive, but significant move to the downside from day before yesterday's close, from Tuesday night close, and we open here. Oh wait, sorry, not Tuesday night. No, yesterday's close. I'm confusing myself for some reason. But yeah, 370, and then all of a sudden through the day we just have this tear to the upside, and it basically consolidated between 374-ish to that 379 high-ish range. And then heading into market close, there's just a massive sell-off. Now, was it the SPY closed? I believe it was at like 371 or something like that. So, guys, a lot of manipulation going on in the market. It's really hard to determine a direction. But my prediction from yesterday was correct that we were going to hit very close to that 380 mark. And that would show a lot of significance if we're going to break through that, if sellers are stepping into the market, if there's just positive news in general. But obviously there wasn't. As you guys can see, that term recession is being thrown around like crazy. So obviously we're going to get some momentum to the downside, which clearly happened here. So in general, guys, my prediction heading into tomorrow is gonna be a continued sell-off. Um, obviously I don't want this to be the reality, but it is what it is. We're in a state that's just teeter tottering back and forth, the ups and downs. And based on this close and the weakness in the market, I do see a sell off continuing into tomorrow. So definitely keep an eye on that, guys. Jumping on over to UVXY, this is a bearish ETF to take advantage of the bearish market. Any type of sell off, guys, like I said, this thing is going to absolutely erupt. And it happens very quick. $1 to $2 to $3 moves in a day, just off the market going to the downside. Now, I added here right before market close, and I bought a little bit more in after hours. Closed right around 15 and 10 cents, I believe it is. Right around there. Market, yeah, on market close, on after hours market close. But yeah, guys, this is one that can easily head back up towards that 16, 17, $18 range. And, snap of fingers, blink of an eye, it'll be there 100%. It's like I said before, it's one of those that, you could really seize the opportunities when the market is in a sell off mode. And in general, I just really like this play. Now, obviously, a lot of manipulation is here, a lot of volatility. So, obviously, you just be calm with the price action. If your sentiment is bearish, just accumulate shares. Maybe have stop losses. Whatever your strategy is, but accumulate the shares because we could possibly see a dip in the SPY to low 360s and then penetrate that, head to the 350s, 340s. Anything is possible, guys. Honestly, anything is possible in this market. Um, our main goal is just to make a buck out of any of the situations that are happening. So that's my best advice, honestly. And UVXY along with SQQQ or VIXY, those are other bearish ETFs that provide many good opportunities when the market is in this current state in a sell-off mode. So keep an eye on UVXY tomorrow. My conservative price target is $16, but that's more on the conservative side. It can go to $17, $18 in one day. It's proven it that it can do that before many times. We see a huge, massive dip in the market, which we could see 2, 3, 4% across the board downside. So this could easily go to those levels. Keep UVXY on watch, guys. Jumping on over to Affirm. Nice little winner today. I made a little bit of profit. I bought the dip when market, like I said, when market opened, it dipped to the downside. It was well below my average was not well below, but my average was in around 1950, 1960. It dipped to like 1850, 60. I bought more in that area and ended up selling around like 1980, 1990. So took a little bit of a profit there. Um, but yeah, I just saw the market, the way it just looked like such an artificial sell off to start the day. And, obviously a name like Affirm is obviously going to be affected along with many other, the big blue chip names. Affirm is, a semi blue chip name in my opinion. It has that 5 billion market cap. It's up there with some of the decently sized finance companies. So, realistically though, my long-term price start, not necessarily long-term, but within the next few months, I do see this heading back to $25-$30 plus. But with the sell-off in effect, this can easily head down. And guys, as you've seen, the low here was $13. The low here was $13 back in early May. So I'm on the daily, but whatever. The all-time low was in those 13s levels, so you have to keep an eye on that. Realistically, anything can happen. So I got out of a firm with a profit. I'm gonna keep it on watch heavily. It's a name that I'm gonna hop into with market strength, regaining. Um, yeah, guys, that's really all I have on a firm right now. It's just more of a strong watch. Not going to take a position when the market is in a down. It is in a downtrend. Um, Obviously, there's opportunities here to buy put options or short the stock in general because it will follow the market. Uh, it'll coincide with the market movement. So, but yeah, nice winner on a firm today. Just going to keep it on watch in the coming days. Jumping on over to my last play, IMPP. Holding this, I bought it earlier today in low 50s range. I think my average is right in like 50.5 cents or something like that. Like I've showed you guys, crude oil has been taking a hit, so this is one of those plays that's going to feel the effects of that. Um, it's not feeling it too drastically. Like I've talked about with this play, it's just been semi consolidating in a nice little range, and I really like to see that. Um, I believe in this company. Like I've talked about before, they had those acquisitions of two tankers. Um, Overall, the earnings wasn't too shabby, and considering all things considered, they are a oil shipping company, and the shipping of the oil is just as important as the extracting of it, in my opinion. So realistically, this is one of those names that can go bonkers at any time. One the key support level to keep an eye on is right at that 47 cent mark. If we see 47 cents broken heading into the next couple of days, I will have my stop loss in play because once 47 is broken, we can just definitely head. The floodgates will open and we will head way to the downside, maybe the low 40s, high 30s. Anything is possible, like I said, guys, with oil selling off the way it is. But realistically, I have bullish sentiment here. I have a lot of reason to have bullish sentiment here. I overall believe in the company in general, and I do see this making a push back to the 60 cent level with oil pressure heading back to the upside. Um, like I said though, with crude, a price per barrel, I really do uh, project that we're going to get that 110 per barrel price push like within the next few weeks, 110, and then slowly head back to 115, 120 plus. I just think it's more so of a consolidation, and obviously, news is manipulating it to the downside big time. And this is one of those oil plays, those smaller cap, obviously a lot more volatile, a lot more dangerous of a play. But these are the types of penny plays that I really do see gold in. If it obviously applies to your strategy and your comfort level of trading, by all means, take a position. I mean, it doesn't hurt to try it out. Obviously keep your tight stop losses and protect yourself, and that's really it, guys, honestly. So, yeah, keep IMPP on watch. Going to be holding this for the next few days, just as long as it doesn't break that key level at 47 cents. Quick little recap on today. Obviously, not too long. Just talked, very simple about crude. Look at that, crude oil already jumping back. When we started the video, it was at 102. Now right up to 103. It just shows you how quick the price per barrel can change. It can change in an instant. So obviously keep an eye on that, guys. SPY. We talked about SPY. Talked about UVXY. Talked about AFRM. Talked about IMPP. Talked about Bitcoin. If you guys are not following me on StockTwits, I really do think it's a crime. I'm definitely not forcing anyone to do it. It's all free will, and realistically, I just want to help you guys, with trades and whatnot. So earlier this weekend, I did buy MATIC, or Polygon. It's an altcoin that I did purchase, and it just looked really good heading to the upside. I want to show you guys where it's at currently uh, from the initial call, the initial alert that I made. I want to show you guys where it is exactly. Check this out. Okay, holding there. Da, 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 da. I said 50 cents soon, and this is literally 3 days ago, guys. We're talking about almost 50% in 3 days. This wasn't made up. I didn't just take a shot in the dark. This is one of those highly volatile altcoin names that I have on watch heavily, and I genuinely saw this coming. That's why I called the 50 cent. Now we break that 50 cents, it's going to 60, 70, 80 cents as long as Bitcoin is strong. But even with Bitcoin strength to the downside, or Bitcoin showing weakness to the downside, Matic has been holding up extremely well. So Guys, I'm not. There's no forcing here. I'm not trying to coerce you. To the new viewers that are here, and if you're not subscribed and following my stock twits, I don't know what else you want me to do because I'm just trying to help y'all. And honestly, I just wanted to say every single follow, every single comment, every single like on posts and anything on YouTube here, it means a lot to me, guys, honestly. And I do this for you guys for free. I don't have any monetary gain from any of this. Obviously, I do want to build up my following and maybe it could be a source of income, but I'm not thinking about that. All I'm thinking about is helping out us, us smaller retail investors and traders, and us making a buck in these crazy times in the market, and giving as best of guidance as I can possibly give. And I'm learning along the way. I don't know a lot at all. I just know certain basics, and just trying to help you guys out as much as I can, along with learning more for myself, and just keep that vibe going. That's really all I'm here for, and really what I'm trying to accomplish. So like I said before, guys, check out the stock twits. Make sure to follow it. There's been some banger alerts lately, like usual, because I'm pretty spot on with a lot of these calls. Stock twits. Make sure to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Like the video. Comment down below anything. I really don't care what the context of the comment is. I'm gonna get back to you as soon as possible. Um, and yeah, guys, overall, very crazy day, but just kept it simple and didn't stress out too much. Not necessarily stressed at all, but obviously this is a high intensity situation in the market as of right now. So yeah, stress is kind of gonna happen, obviously. So, but just kept it simple, so minimized the stress and just stuck to the plan and played my strategies. And I hope you guys have made good money in the market and have been profiting off any of my calls that I've been making for you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.